What's going on YouTube? I am back with another video, and in this video I wanted to take the opportunity to talk about a few guys who are young NBA veterans who I'm going to be looking to invest in early this season. And before I get too far into the video, I'll just give you some of the criteria that I use to pick these guys on the list. I know there's so many guys in the NBA who you could pick as having potential breakout seasons, so I just wanted to go over some of the criteria I used to pick my guys. And again, this is just my opinion. So if you see me looking down, also that's because I have my notes here in front of me. So that might be the reason why I'm looking down quite a bit. But the criteria that I used is their rookie years could not be prior to the year 2015-16. So these are guys who have been in the league at most like 3 or 4 years. And then I also, for the most part, these guys are on projected to be on winning teams. So most of them are projected to go to the playoffs or kind of on the bubble. Now there is one guy who is projected to be on a very, one of the worst teams in the league, but I'll get into that when I talk about him. And then their raw Prism Silver rookie cards could not exceed $50. And I just looked on eBay and went at looked at the recently sold prices, and these guys have, again, their Prism Silver rookie cards do not exceed $50 at the time I'm recording this. And the reason for that is I'm thinking that you can buy their raw cards, the raw rookie Prism Silver cards now, and send them in to be graded at PSA, hope that they get 10s, and then in 3, 4, 5 months, whenever they come back, if these guys are on teams that do make the playoffs and they happen to make some noise in the playoffs and win some games and perform well, you can flip these cards for a lot of profit. So that's the reasoning why I chose this. Hopefully you can buy these guys for under $50 now, send them into PSA, fingers crossed they get 10s, and then they come back before the playoffs and you can flip them for a lot of profit. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and get into the list. And I do have 3 guys who are kind of for the high rollers out there. So these are guys who are, they have their raw Prism Silver rookie cards that are well above the $50 mark. But I do believe these guys are future stars in the making, and their prices are still gonna go up. Even though they are expensive now, I do believe they're still gonna go up. And first on the list is Devin Booker. So he is actually on the Phoenix Suns, which is projected to be one of the worst teams in the league, but he is an absolute star. He is the go-to guy for Phoenix, and his raw Prism Silver rookie card is going for about $350 now. So quite expensive, but I do expect him. He's probably gonna be on the All-Star team, and he's gonna be one of the best scorers in the league. That's just what I think. And then the other 2 guys are very similar, and they are from the 17-18 class, and that is Jason Tatum and Donovan Mitchell. Both projected to be on very good teams and be high seeds in the playoffs. And I think those guys are both superstars in the making. And so those are the guys that were over the $50 mark. And now I'll get into the list of guys who are under the $50 mark. And we will start off with Buddy Hield. So Buddy Hield is from the 16-17 class, and he plays for the Sacramento Kings. So he already averages over 20 points a game. I think he's probably going to be the go-to guy for the Kings. And the Kings are, again, one of those teams that are kind of on the bubble of the playoffs. But I do think they have a lot of young talent. They have De'Aaron Fox, who a lot of people are very high on. They have Marvin Bagley, Harry Giles. So they have a lot of good young talent. And if they do make it into the playoffs, I know there's a lot of teams in the West that are usually the 7, 8, 9, 10 seeds are very tightly bunched. So if they can make it in there and make some noise, look for his prices to go up. So like I said, he already averaged 20 points a game last season. So I think he should have no problem doing that again this season. So that is the first guy on the list. And I forgot to mention on him, his rookie Prism Silver raw card prices right now are about $35. And then I also wanted to mention the PSA pop reports on these guys. So for Buddy Hield, there is a population, PSA 10 population of 51, and then the 9s are 16. So not too many PSA 10s out there. So that is, if you did buy one raw, send it in and get a 10. That it's a pretty fairly rare card to get. So that's another good thing you want to look for. So moving on, next guy on the list is Caris LeVert. So he is, his rookie year was 16-17 as well with Buddy Hield. He plays for the Brooklyn Nets, and his raw card prices right now are about $45 in that range. And the pop report on him is 35 10s, 26 9s, and 10 8s. So again, 35 PSA 10, so pretty rare if you were to buy one raw and get one back as a 10, which is a good thing. That's what you want. The rarer, the better. He is on the Nets, like I said, and they are projected to make the playoffs and get a decent seed. So Caris LeVert was supposed to have his breakout season last year. Unfortunately, he had a pretty horrific leg injury, which sidelined him the majority of the season. But he did come back in the playoffs last year and actually averaged better than he did early on in the season. So early in the season last year, he was averaging 19 a game, came back in the playoffs after that injury and averaged 21 a game. So he should have no problem picking up this season where he left off. And with Kevin Durant not playing this season, he is going to be the clear, probably second option to Kyrie. So that is the second guy on the list, Caris LeVert. So the next guy on the list is Bam Adebayo for the Miami Heat. His rookie season was 2017-18, and his silver prism rookie cards are going for about $25 right now, so pretty inexpensive. I think he is one of the lesser expensive guys on my list. And as far as his PSA pop report goes, there are 148 10s and 28 9s. So on the higher side for 10s, but still nothing crazy. If you look at some guys from this past year like Luka, his PSA 10 pop report is way more than that. So nothing crazy there. And then again, he is on the Heat, and they are expected to make the playoffs and get a decent seed there in the East. And then the big thing about Adebayo is he was splitting time last season with Hassan Whiteside, and the Miami Heat traded Whiteside away. So Adebayo is looking to be the clear center there in Miami. And last year, splitting time, he averaged 12 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. So I would say getting the primary minutes at center, he should easily average 15 and 10 this season. And again, like I said, he is going to be projected to be on a playoff team. So if they can get to the playoffs, make some noise, and he performs well, look for those Prism Silver prices to go up. And the next guy on the list is Lauri Markkanen for the Bulls. His rookie season was 17-18 again. His prices right now are about $40. And then the PSA pop reports, this one's kind of interesting. The PSA 10s are 119 and the PSA 9s are 155. So he's one of the few guys I've seen who actually has more PSA 9s than 10s. So that's kind of interesting. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe someone at PSA just doesn't like the Bulls or doesn't like Markkanen. I don't really know. But that is kind of interesting. But still a decent amount of 10s. So if you do get one and you send it in, it is possible to get a 10 for sure. But like I said, he's on the Bulls, so they're kind of on the playoff bubble. It could be close. But as a sophomore, he only played 52 games. He had some injuries he was dealing with. But despite only playing 52 games, he did average over 20 points a game. And I would say he should be. I mean, if he can maintain his health and pick up where he left off from last season, I would say he should have no problem averaging over 20 a game again. And again, the Bulls are kind of similar to the Kings, and they have a lot of young talent. So they have Zach LaVine, Wendell Carter Jr., and hopefully these guys can stay healthy and they can perform and actually get to the playoffs. And if that's the case, look for Markkanen's prices to go up because he should be the go-to guy there in Chicago. And then this next guy should be on one of the top 1, 2 to 3 teams in the league, and that is Montrezl Harrell. He is for the Clippers, and his rookie season was 2015-16. Now his Prism Silvers are probably the least expensive on the list, and they are coming in right around $20 right now. His PSA pop report is 13 10s and 9 11s. So much rarer than these other guys have been mentioning. And I think that's just due to the print run in 2015-16. As we all know, Panini has been printing a lot more cards. So to find a Montrezl Harrell or this next guy who's also from 15-16 on eBay or wherever you're looking for cards, it's probably going to be a lot tougher just because the print run is nowhere near what it is now. But again, he is on the Clippers, and they are expected to be one of the best teams in the league. And him and Lou Williams I think they both could easily be the sixth man of the year. So it's kind of interesting that the Clippers have two guys who are so good off the bench in Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell. Montrezl Harrell is a crowd favorite. The fans there love him. He plays with a ton of heart, a ton of energy. And I'm a big fan of Harrell. As you know, he went to Louisville, and that's where I'm from. So I had to put him on my list. And just being on the best team, if they do well in the playoffs, and I think they will, people are going to love him because he's going to come off the bench, provide a lot of energy. Like I said, he plays hard. And yeah, just look for them. Look, if the Clippers do have the success that I think they will, look for his prices to go up, especially with like I said, the PSA pop reports being so low and being so hard to find. That is a good one to invest in for sure. And then this next one, I know I mentioned most of these teams were kind of on the bubble of the playoffs or supposed to make the playoffs. This guy is on a team that is projected to be one of the worst in the league, and it is another U of L guy, and that is Terry Rozier. So he just got traded to the Charlotte Hornets from the Celtics this past offseason, and his rookie season was 2015-16. His prices right now are about $25, which is not too bad. And then the PSA pop reports, again, like I said, kind of similar to Harrell, very low. So PSA 10s are 15, PSA 9s are 10. So he is projected to have a career year because he was involved in that Kemba Walker trade. And so Kemba went to the Celtics and Rozier went to the Hornets. And like I said, the Hornets are supposed to be a pretty bad team this year, and they don't have a lot of weapons. So definitely look for Rozier to have a career year. He's probably going to be the go-to guy. Him, Dwayne Bacon, and Miles Bridges are, I'd say they're big three there. So definitely look for him. He's going to increase all of his stats, and I do think he has a lot of talent. And even though the Hornets will be bad, his numbers are going to jump up a lot. So hopefully that will increase his prices as well. So that is pretty much going to do it for my list. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you agree with my list, let me know in the comments. If you disagree with anything, if you think I should have added anybody else, definitely let me know. I want to hear what you all think. And I'm just excited for the NBA season to finally almost be here. So looking forward to a lot of products coming out, and I'll have a lot more videos coming soon. So thanks for watching, guys.